어렸을 때부터 어머니가 미술학원을 운영을 하셨어요. 그래서 거기 가서 놀고 하다 보니까 자연스럽게 미술을 접하게 됐고, 저는 그리고 만드는 것 중에 만드는 게 더 재밌었어요. 그래서 이제 도예과 입학해서 다양한 재료들을 경험을 해봤지만 그 중에서도 물레성형 기법에 굉장히 매료가 됐고, 이 기법을 평생 하면서 하면 행복하겠다는 생각이 들어서 도자기를 계속 하게 되었습니다. 작업하시는 분들은 다들 공감을 하시겠지만 사실 정답이 없잖아요. 그래서 항상 불안하고 제가 제대로 된 길을 가고 있는지에 대한 이런 마음이 엄청 큰데, 프란치라는 좀 어떻게 보면 저한테는 되게 큰 상이었거든요. 제가 잘하고 있다고 도닥여주고 제대로 길을 가고 있다고 확신을 주는 것 같아서 저한테는 되게 의미 있는, 지금까지 작업을 할 수 있는 원동력이기도 해요. 저는 옛날에 기 형태들을 많이 참고하는 편인 것 같고요. 엄청나게 섬세한 기법들을 통해서 장식이 되어 있거든요. 저는 그런 장식들을 일부분씩 뜯어와서 그걸 제만의 방식대로 입체화시킵니다. 원래는 기라는 형태 자체가 실제로 사용하기 위해서 만들어졌잖아요. 그 공간을 저는 어떻게 하면 더 흥미롭게 보여줄 수 있을까? 그래서 제가 집중했던 부분이 창인데요. 건축에서도 창을 내부 외부를 잇는 통로? 매개체라고 많이들 이야기를 하잖아요. 저는 그 부분에서 영감을 받아서 그 창의 의미를 형태에 접목시키게 되었습니다. 그래서 요즘에는 이제 설치 작업도 많이 하는 것 같아요. 보통은 컵 같은 경우는 최종 완성까지 한 3주에서 4주 정도 소요가 되고요. 큰 작업 같은 경우는 한 3달까지도 걸리는 작업들도 있는 것 같아요. 저 같은 경우는 창같이 복잡한 패턴들을 함께 구성을 하다 보니까 정말 많이 갈라져요. 그래서 재벌 가마에 들어가 있을 때가 가장 긴장되는 순간인 것 같습니다. 사실 공간이라는 것이 볼 수도 없고 만질 수도 없는 어떠한 무형의 어떤 것이잖아요. 그거를 이제 빛이나 그림자나 무형의 어떤 요소들을 활용해서 같이 공감할 수 있는 작업을 하고 싶습니다.
환영합니다. Welcome to K-Culture Dive, where we dive deeper into the heart of Korean culture with K-entertainment issues, AI culture news, K-culture and photos, and today our K-culture issues segment, where we take a dive into Korean words that are going global. And I'm your host, Kwon So-ah. Let's dive in. And starting off the new week with me is our co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It's great to be here. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa and give you the latest in Korean entertainment.
So let's get started and let's get straight into K-Enter News, Walter. And we're going to start with superstar actor Lee Byung-Hun, who captivated the audience at an American talk show.
Yes, indeed, Soa. So actor Lee Byung-Hun made a standout appearance on popular NBC show Late Night with Seth Meyers, winning over audiences with his charm and engaging storytelling. Now, during the interview, he offered fun and insightful behind-the-scenes anecdotes from his latest films, No Other Choice, and also K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, from the moment he sat down with host Seth Meyers, his natural chemistry and relaxed humor set the tone for the interview as he shared stories from the said movies that I said before. So his trademark wit and effortless reactions were thoroughly entertaining. I watched the interview myself. It was quite entertaining. Now, he was also recently selected by the New York Times Magazine as one of its great performers in a list of recognizing 10 exceptional actors who starred in the best films of 2025. Now, with his appearance on one of America's most influential talk shows, and No Other Choice advancing to the Academy Awards International Feature Film Preliminary Shortlist, Lee Byung-Hun continues to prove his worldwide appeal.
Now, from a world-class actor, now to one of my favorite shows on Netflix, Culinary Class Wars. What do you have?
Well, some might say world-class show as well. So Netflix's cooking show sensation, Culinary Class Wars, or Hookbaek Yorisa, is officially firing up kitchens once again with Season 3 now confirmed. Now, Netflix revealed on Friday through its official social media channels that casting has begun for the highly anticipated new season. Now, there is a twist. This time, the competition is getting a major shake-up. After 2 seasons of intense individual battles, Season 3 will shift gears into full-scale restaurant versus restaurant showdowns. So chefs working at the same establishment will compete as 4-member teams, bringing teamwork, chemistry, and kitchen coordination to the forefront. Now, best of all, there are no limits on cuisine, promising an even wider range of flavors and styles. Now, the series has proven to be a powerhouse for Netflix. Season 1, released in 2024, not that long ago, made history as the first Korean reality show to top Netflix's non-English TV rankings for 3 consecutive weeks. Season 2 kept that momentum going, once again claiming the #1 spot for 2 straight weeks late last year. Now, with a fresh format and even higher stakes, that's not stake the food, Culinary Class Wars Season 3 is already shaping up to be its most explosive season yet. Fans and around the world are ready to dig into their new dishes.
Well, fantastic news, especially for someone like me who just completed Season 2 over the weekend.
Yes.
So I can't wait for the 3rd season.
Yep.
But Walter, let's finish up with a highly anticipated K-pop comeback.
Yes, indeed. So EXO are officially back. So SM Entertainment announced that the group will drop their highly anticipated 8th full-length album, Reworks, on Monday at 6 p.m. That will be today this time, marking their first studio album in 2 years and 6 months since 2023's Exist. Now, the new album packs 9 tracks led by the powerful main song Crown, alongside the cozy winter ballad I'm Home and the emotionally charged Suffocate, which captures the quiet pain of heartbreak. The group will also unveil the Crown music video on their official YouTube channel. Now, after a prolonged hiatus, due to mandatory military service, EXO completed all enlistments last September with Sehun's discharge. The group will officially be reunited with fans, or they officially reunited with fans, in a fan meeting in December of last year. And now, with Reworks, EXO is set to fully reclaim the spotlight.
Can't wait to listen to all those new songs.
Indeed.
And thank you very much, Walter, for those updates. Stick around.
Will do.
And now let's move over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang, over to you.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The government is accelerating efforts to have Taekwondo, an internationally recognized martial art and sport, inscribed as a joint inter-Korean UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. The Korea Heritage Services Cultural Heritage Committee has selected Taekwondo as the next candidate for joint nomination to the UNESCO list, with plans to submit the application in March. North Korea filed the nomination for Taekwondo in 2024, and the application is now under review. But if approved as a joint listing, it would become the second inter-Korean inscription, following Shirim, a traditional Korean form of wrestling. The number of participants in temple stay programs reached an all-time high last year. According to the Cultural Core of Korean Buddhism under the Jogyo Order, more than 349,200 people took part in temple stays at 158 temples nationwide last year, marking a 5% increase from 2024 and setting a new record. About 293,700 were Koreans, and around 55,500 were foreign visitors. The surge is attributed in part to a rise in foreign tourists visiting Korea, with the growing global popularity of Korean pop culture translating into heightened interest in traditional culture. Temple Stay was launched in 2002 to promote Korean traditional culture and has since seen rapid growth in participation. The Haeundae Polar Bear Festival heated up Busan's Haeundae Beach on Sunday. The highlight of the event saw thousands of participants plunge into the icy winter sea simultaneously, creating a striking spectacle. The lowest temperature in Haeundae district that day was 5 degrees Celsius. Launched in 1988 as a commemorative event for the Seoul Olympics, the festival marked its 39th edition this year. It has previously been named by the BBC as one of the world's top 10 most unusual sports events. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Let's start off by reading this word together. 동장군. In Korean, dong means winter and 장군 means the general. So together, 동장군 literally means the winter general. Koreans use this expression to describe biting, bone-chilling cold. And when winter gets really harsh, people say 동장군 is on the attack. Why a general? Because the cold feels powerful, almost like a fearsome commander, making people shiver wherever he goes. Interestingly, this expression is said to trace back to history when Napoleon's army was defeated by Russia's brutal winter. And this winter in Korea, it's been so cold that even the sea has frozen. This is an icebreaker ship crushing thick sea ice to reopen shipping routes. Have you ever seen the ocean freezing like this? This is 동장군, very real, and the attack in Korea right now. Let's take a look at this photo. Doesn't it feel like winter just by looking at it? This isn't a restaurant, and it's not a street food stall either. It's a convenience store. In Korea, winter has its own comfort foods. Sweet roasted sweet potatoes, 군고구마, warm fish cake soup, 어묵탕, and soft steamed bun, hoppang in Korean. They don't just warm your hands, they somehow make you feel warm inside too. And what's interesting is that you can find all of these winter classics in one place, quickly and easily at a convenience store. Korean convenience stores are famous for having almost everything you need, even the taste of the season. That's why many foreign visitors include a convenience store tour as part of their Korea trip. So let me ask you, which winter snack would you pick up first? These young men are sitting quietly, sleeves rolled up. They may look calm, but this moment is a big milestone in Korea. This is the military conscription checkup, a medical examination that most Korean men go through in their early 20s. It's not just a simple health check. There are psychological tests, blood tests, vision checks, and detailed medical exams. Based on the results, each person is classified from active duty service to alternative service or exemption. In Korea, military service is mandatory, and for many young men, this day marks the beginning of adulthood. This year, identity checks have become stricter with digital ID and facial verification added to the process. In your country, what moment truly feels like becoming an adult? For young men in Korea, military service is seen as a rite of passage, a gate they know they must pass through. This man in the photo is holding his nose and jumping straight into the water. Just moments ago, you might have seen hesitation on that young face. But at the command to jump, he shot the Marine Corps signature cry, "Ak," and leaped 5 meters down without looking back. This is a scene from the Marine Corps camp in Korea. Every winter, the Republic of Korea Marine Corps opens its training grounds to civilians, middle and high school students, college students, and even adults. This year, more than 230 people took part. And yes, many of them are teenagers and women. And here they train together, paddling inflatable boats, pushing through the cold, learning teamwork, resilience, and confidence. And here's another powerful image. Young participants lifting a rubber boat over their head. Faces still youthful, but expressions already serious. Experiences like the Marine Corps camp aren't just about physical training. They're about challenge, growth, and discovering a stronger version of yourself. So from the biting cold of winter to small comforts and moments of growing up and facing challenges, through these images, we see how everyday moments shape life in Korea.
라면, 해녀, 아줌마. These words are among the Korean words that have been added to the Oxford English Dictionary this year. Everyday terms that once felt local to Koreans are now officially recognized as common enough to be used in English language. Today, we'll explore how these Korean words found their way into the dictionary and what cultural forces have shaped that journey. We're going to do that with David Kim, a content creator and adjunct professor at Daegu Cyber University. Hello, David. Welcome back.
Hello, glad to be here.
So David, it's becoming a regular thing to add Korean words into the Oxford English Dictionary. So which words were included this time? And also, do you see any differences like compared to recent years this year?
Yes, so there were in total 8 words added to the Oxford English Dictionary this year. And to list them, ramen, 해녀, 선배, 빙수, 찜질방, 아줌마, Korean barbecue, and office tell. So as you can notice, there was an evolution of interest throughout the years. From 2021 to 2024, it was mostly focused on K-pop, K-content, such as words like Hallyu or mukbang. And in 2025, it was focused on viral snacks, 달고나 and 떡볶이. But you can see now in 2026, the focus has shifted to more like lifestyle and society. So you can see that the world isn't seeing seeing Korea as just K-pop land or K-content world anymore. They're really actually digging into our culture, focusing on words like 선배 or 아줌마 that show interest in our relationships, and also officetel and 찜질방s, which are very recognizable Korean spaces to us. And Haenyeo especially, it represents a unique cultural heritage. So definitely the depth is getting deeper.
So very diverse, but it looks like many words still are closely linked to Hallyu, another word that's actually in the dictionary, as you mentioned, David. So words like 달고나 and 형, for instance, became popular through Squid Game. And I even hear that some young Koreans first learned about the word 달고나 by watching Squid Game. So did you ever had a similar experience before?
Yes, so I'm actually pretty old. So I was born in the early 90s. And
That's not old, David.
yes, but I grew up with the word 달고나. It was in front of my elementary school. We actually used the word 뽑기 back then. But yes, I was very familiar with that when I was watching Squid Game. But ironically, actually, even as a Korean, when I was watching Squid Game, I did not know what Squid Game itself was, the game itself. I've never played it before. So it was very ironic in a sense where I had to tap into global IPs and culture like content like Squid Game to know what was like childhood games, watching it myself. So yeah, I guess like media has the power to actually take something very local and make it very global and even make the locals learn from it again.
Right, Squid Game, that was also new for me. And I guess our a little older Walter has a question for you now.
Yes. I feel much older now that you've said that. So how do you view this trend of Korean words spreading globally through K-dramas?
Well, first of all, as a Korean, I'm very proud. It's just great to see foreigners picking up Korean terms and using it in like daily language. And I see K-dramas being like the best teachers. I think they are very great instructors in terms of they provide context and emotional connection and immersion. So for instance, if there's the word like brother or senior that's in the subtitles, you can't really get the nuance of like oppa or 선배 over there. There's like a romantic sense to it, and there's like a little bit of a hierarchy to 선배, right? So in those kind of K-drama contexts with the visuals, with the vibes, you can really learn how to use words like oppa or 선배. And I think like K-dramas more and more are serving as like a cultural bridge towards the world, and it's just doing an amazing job. Yeah.
All right, now let's get into a little bit more detail. I especially want to talk about this word, 라면. 라면, not ramen. Instead of being grouped with the Japanese term ramen, ramen is now being recognized as a distinct food in the Oxford English Dictionary. So now, how would you explain the difference to a foreign audience who now might be a little confused about this?
Yes, one of my favorite foods. So I personally think this is a great win, a huge win actually. So in the old days, ramen, our Korean ramen, was seen as like an instant, spicy knockoff version of Japanese ramen. But nowadays, the status has elevated. The K exports of ramen has gone through the roof, actually. And there are very technical differences between Japanese ramen and K ramen. So Japanese ramen is like you imagine like a little stall or like a Japanese restaurant. You go in, there's like a chef with fresh noodles, with bone broth. But in the contrary, for K-ramen, you can go to convenience stores at your house. It's done instantly within 3 minutes. There's spicy noodle powder, and the noodles are very very cute looking, I would say. And also it represents our 빨리빨리 culture as well. Like Korea is very well known for that. So foreigners are having fun exploring all kinds of ramen nowadays, from buldak to jjajangmyeon to cheese ramen. So they're really just enjoying this whole diversity in K-ramen.
Right. And to terms of address like hyung, meaning like older brother to a male, and also we talked about it 선배 as well, like a senior worker within a company, which we often hear in these Korean dramas now. They have also made the list, as we talked about before. Have you encountered any funny, let's say, moments or memorable misunderstandings of these terms among non-Koreans or other words like this?
Yes, definitely. So as everybody knows, English is flat. There's not like a social hierarchy there. So I could say that Korean is slightly vertical. We do have a hierarchy in our language. And for words like 형 or 선배, 오빠, 아줌마, these words, they are often like confronted with gender confusion. So that's the biggest mistake I see. I see some female fans calling their favorite male actors or their idols like 형. And like to a Korean, that's funny, but like to them, they might have just searched it up on Google and it says like 형 is like the older version of like a male.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. It's a cute mistake, but like, as Korean culture is spreading, people are correcting themselves from 형 to oppa and whatnot. And also I've seen a lot of misusages of the word oppa as well too. So, normally there is like a social consensus that oppa is until like, I would say my personal standard is like up to like 40 or, but like if there's like a 60-year-old guy and a young girl goes up to him and says, oppa, that would, react in a very interesting way. I think it would be cute nevertheless. Also, there are terms like 아줌마 and 아저씨 you have to be careful about. So I've seen a lot of foreigners going up to pretty young people and saying like, oh, because this is a stranger I don't know, he seems a little older than me or she, like, oh, 아줌마, 아저씨. Then that could actually trigger an offensive response to that person. So these are very cute mishaps and cute mistakes, but now I see that it's correcting and people are learning about the Korean culture and respect factor there. Yeah.
So people like us, please don't refer to us as 아저씨 and 아줌마 to our global audience.
I remember the first time I was called 아저씨 and it broke my heart.
It hurts.
So let's talk about opistel or officetel in English is another interesting addition to the Oxford Dictionary. It's uniquely Korean compound term, yet it was registered as is. Tell us about more of this housing concept and why do you think it has made the entry into the Oxford Dictionary?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting word. It's a mix of office and hotel, and historically it was first introduced in the 1980s. Because of Seoul or Korea's high urban density problem, we had to make places where we can work and live at the same time on top of our apartment structures. So it's about the lifestyle. Technically, it's like a business space, but also you can live there. Although I know that the laws are a little bit strict about that. But still, it's very convenient. Usually you have like restaurants, gyms, or convenience stores on the first floor because it is an office district. And also, like there are certain images that come with the officetel as well. One image would be you could be the successful single person, like you're earning a lot of money, you've become independent, you're living by yourself, decorating your nice officetel. On the other hand, you can also be seen as someone who's left behind that hasn't been married yet. You can only afford this officetel. So it has like this duality in the image itself. So yeah, I think the Oxford English Dictionary has been seeing this officetel in a lot of K-dramas and people living in them in their lifestyles. So yeah, as I mentioned before, Korean culture is getting more deeper to the global audience. So that's why I think they designated that term. Yeah.
Very interesting. So David, then when a Korean word is added to the Oxford English Dictionary, is that a sign that these terms are not a passing trend anymore, but they are being used in daily life by English-speaking speakers?
Yes, for sure. So when I hear like people reacting to, oh, this word was registered on the Oxford English Dictionary, not a lot of people think it's a big deal, but I actually think it's a big deal because it acts as a historical archive. So the Oxford English Dictionary is a permanent record, and it noticing a word and including it to the English language itself is just elevating the status of Korean language itself. And also it acts as a soft power milestone. So we can know that Korean concepts are so unique and powerful nowadays that English speakers have to adopt that term because they can't describe it in their own language. So that's something to be very proud about. And also, back in the days, a lot of Korean terms were just trendy words used by K-pop audiences and whatnot. But nowadays, the general public started to adopt it. So it just shows you the sheer impact of Korean culture and language. Yeah.
And finally, in your view, what do Korean words that foreigners find untranslatable tend to have in common? And also, would there be any word that you would love to have been added to the Oxford English Dictionary. Your pick.
Yes, so I think the most untranslatable words would be the communal emotions of Korea, focusing on us, not personal, like individual emotions. So the most representative words would be Han and Jong. These are like historical, contextual words that only Koreans can share with each other. It's about like sorrowness, sadness, and like the colonial era and all that kind of stuff. But since you asked for me to pick one word, I think most definitely the word I would pick for the next register is the word Arirang, because obviously we're on Arirang TV right now. It deserves some credit, but also recently BTS's upcoming comeback was named Arirang. So already millions and millions of people all around the globe are searching for the meaning of Arirang, and they're getting Google researches like it's an emotion, it's a Korean identity, it's a combination of sorrow, happiness.
And a folk song.
Yeah, folk song, longing, all of that combined. So it's a culmination of Korean culture and emotion. So I think it mostly deserves its spot on the Oxford English Dictionary.
Wonderful. And I hope those involved in that process are listening right now and watching right now. Well, thank you very much, David, for your insights today, and hope to see you soon.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.
How to survive in Korea. One room. So, you're surviving in Korea if you've signed a contract for a one room. Obviously, you're a pro. But the real deal begins now. Step 1. Housewarming. No need to buy toilet paper, diffusers or hand soap. You'll get them soon enough as housewarming gifts. And some are bound to pile up. There's nothing better to serve your guests than milpaeyu nabe. If you have Korean friends coming over, don't forget the extra garlic. Step 2. Garbage disposal. With great power comes great responsibility. You've had a good time, so let's get to work. It might be tempting to sweep everything into a trash can, but you have to separate your garbage. Not bothered? Beware that negligence is punished with a fine or public humiliation. Step 3. Drying rack. You're excited to live alone in Korea, but the fate of these items, hanger, storage, or a hanger. Go get fresh coffee outside. Jogging doesn't cost anything, and nothing beats instant rice. But keep one item around so that you don't get too lonely. Step 4. Pros of living alone. No mum. Cons of living alone. No mum. A new towel doesn't magically appear. You have to do the laundry regularly. If anyone gives a towel as a souvenir, take it. Get rid of mold immediately. Don't be lazy with the vacuum cleaner. Housework is an endless affair. Overwhelmed? Give your mum a call and thank her for everything she's done. Did you survive in your one room?